All right. Can you guys hear me? Sweet. All right. I'm going to kick it off with a little recognition, a couple little announcements here. Starting with the top 20 volume producers from last week. So we have Tara Kirk, Haley Brown. So this is from the volume that from their orders and from their customers' orders. So these are the coaches that created the most volume from the customers' orders. So we got Tara Kirk, Haley Brown, Chris Bachlet, Jennifer Smith, Bethany Lafredo, Christina Tropiano, Shanika Story, Kelly Marks, Randy Kruger, Kelsey Fresh, Kelsey Connor, Jennifer, she always tells me I say this wrong, Majeski, I always call her Simpson, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt, Bailey Glanzer, Emily Kabaka, Casey Bachlet, Caroline Nathan, Jennifer Oganowski, Ashley Feld-Dyson, Catherine Schultz. And then for Success Club, so these are the coaches that have hit Success Club as of December 8th. So we got Kelsey Connor, Megan Jones, Tara Kirk, Bethany Lafredo, Megan Wortham, Chloe Gambrill, Carrie Steelman-Schmidt, Cassie Schmelzinger, Bailey Glanzer, Brooke Reed, Cassandra Steelman, and Catherine Schultz. Couple little recognition here. So Marie Sardelli, 48 months in Success Club and 24 months in Success Club 10 and hit team leader. And then we had Lisa Goldberg hit Diamond coach with her coaches Jen Cutlip and Catherine Davis and Deline Kolb. So first time Diamond, and then Deline hit Emerald. And then as far as, I don't know if Danielle has any little announcements, but did you, Danielle? I had one thing. Did you want to talk about the new Success Club 2020?
I'll let you talk about that one.
Okay. All right. Then I will. So really cool announcement they just made today for the new it's actually the Success Starters program. So you guys might know the Success Starters program, that if you hit Success Club your first 3 months as a coach, you want a free ticket to Summit. So they've changed that so that now you can win. You still win the free ticket to Summit, but you just have to hit Success Club your first 3 months of your first 6 months, which is really cool. So whatever month the new coach enrolls plus the next 5 full months, if they hit Success Club in 3 of those 6 months, they win the free ticket to Summit, but they also are going to be invited to the next pilot test group for the brand new workout program. Really, really cool incentive. So when you have these new coaches that are joining you, or even like someone who signed up in August of this year, they're still part of this. So like if they've hit Success Club either, August, September, October, November, if they've hit it one of those months and then they hit it December and January, then they also win the free ticket to Summit, and they also get to be part of the next test group, which is such a huge thing to be a part of, especially for a new coach. It really is a big launch to get a lot of attention and a lot of people on board. So that's the new program. It's kind of retroactive for any coach that signed up in August. They can still hit that, and then it's going to start for all the new coaches that sign up. All of 2020 have that opportunity to win the free ticket and get into that pilot test group for all the new programs that come out, which is really cool. All right, Danielle, I'll let you take over here.
We're both called Danielle, so I think he was talking about me, Danielle.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Whoops.
We got this. We're so used to it. I remember at leadership, like someone would call us and we were in a group and we would both look because we just weren't sure which Danielle they were talking to. So let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. I mean, the announcements are pretty basic for tonight. Of course, you know that that bar blend has been launched. It's still just for people who want to sign up as a coach or for coaches themselves, how you can get a part of that program. I actually got the package yesterday, and the I Am cards are amazing. I just opened them, looked at them. They're awesome. Also, you guys, if you were an active coach, you got promo codes sent to your email. And one cool thing about these promo codes is if you use them, then they're going to give you more promo codes after December 13th. So that's something to, you know, look out for, and definitely use those $10 off codes. You can even do another kind of December promotion where you give out like a little care package, just because I know December is a harder month, right? Until you get to that last week of December when it's like New Year's and everyone's ready to start the new year. These first couple weeks are a little shaky. So that's just a little tip there. And then also the vegan beach bars came out when Barbelling came out. I got a box of them and they finally came in too, and they are so good. I love them. And I can't believe they're vegan and they're 8 grams of protein. I know Danielle loves that because Danielle is also kind of vegan vegetarian. I remember we talked about that. So those are the announcements for tonight. And Danielle, if you want to go ahead, if Pat, I don't know if you have anything to say to introduce Danielle, but.
Yeah, so Danielle's, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had Jamie Glassman on one of our calls that hit elite last year. I think she's like in the top, she's one of the top 20 coaches. She spoke on our team call, I think, twice. She's the one that was like the soul cycle instructor. And Danielle and her went to college together at Indiana University. Yep, go Hoosiers. And except when they're playing the Orangemen. The Orange now, sorry. So we actually met, Danielle and I all met in Scottsdale for the leadership retreat, which was really cool. So it was the first time we got to chat a lot and bounce ideas off each other. And Danielle and Jamie just go about this business, you know, the right way. They have the right mindset about the business. They have the mindset, you know. So I was really excited that she was going to hop on here and share what's working for her. She's hit Premier Coach, and I'm sure she's going to be hitting a lot of other stuff along the way. But Danielle, why don't you just share like kind of when you got started, and then we can kind of jump into this thing.
Cool. Hi guys. So thank you so much for having me on your call. I'm super excited. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my story, how I got started, and mindset. So I am 21 months into this business. So the middle of March will be my 2 years. I am a 3-star diamond, and I just hit Premier. I just locked in Premier last month. So that's really exciting. I get to walk on stage again. I was super pumped last year when I got to do that. But a little bit about me. I was like the easiest coach, easiest sell, because I was ready for it. I was a corporate recruiter for 8.5 years. I was earning a 6-figure salary. And can I curse on here?
Sure.
Okay. I fucking hated it. I dreaded going to work. I was not passionate about what I was doing. I job hopped. I was chasing the money, thinking, and New York City is very expensive. So I just kept like switching new jobs, new opportunities, thinking that was going to give me happiness. And I just kept running further and further away from anything in life that really made me passionate. So I was ready for it. So I was someone also at that time, not only hating my job, but I had a really fucked up mindset. I hated myself. I had severe body dysmorphia my entire life. I felt very misunderstood, super insecure, self-sabotaging, under-eating, all the things. So, but I was someone that was super disciplined. So I worked out all the time. I meal prepped, even though I learned now I was under eating. So Beachbody taught me a lot about having a healthy relationship with food. But because of that, and I was into like non-toxic beauty, a lot of my friends and family thought I was healthy, right? So they'd always ask me questions. So I decided to enroll in a year-long certification through the Institute of Integrative Nutrition to become a holistic health and nutrition coach. And I'm like, bam, this is it. I'm going to get all these clients. I'm going to get out of my full-time job. Like, I'm going to crush it. And while I loved IIN from an educational standpoint, they really didn't set you up for a business. It was kind of like, figure it out, right? Like, you're going to teach you a lot of these theories and you kind of figure out how you want to work it. And I felt very lost and confused.
People ask me about that, Danielle. Like, people ask, because I went through that same program, the Institute for Integrated Nutrition. They asked me my opinion about it. And I'm like, it's great information for yourself and to share. with other people, but not a great thing as far if you're trying to actually like build and construct a business that's going to create a nice income. Like,
yeah, I didn't feel like I was, limiting beliefs too, but I didn't feel confident in recommending certain dietary theories or dietary preferences to people because I didn't feel like it gave you enough. So a lot of my coaches are actually IIN girls because it's a really great, it meshes very well together from like, whatever, we could talk about that another day. But anyway, so signed up. I was at this time, I'm still getting the certification. I had a few clients. I'm working a 50, 55-hour work week. I'm planning a wedding. At this time, I'm spending high thousands of dollars on workout classes and gym memberships and all these things. So I had, before I joined Beachbody, I'm going through IIN. I started a new Instagram page. I had just embarked on my veganism journey. So I'm super pumped and passionate about that. I connected with a photographer online and was like, I need you to help me make my page look legit. And she said, why don't you check out this girl's Instagram? She's doing pretty well. And it was now my coach, Jamie. So I was like, holy shit, like what a small world, right? I knew her. We went to college together. We were acquaintances, but her post was calling all health coaches. So I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Here's my credit card. How do I get started? I'm ready to go because I wanted it. I had never heard of Beachbody before. I maybe heard of Insanity, but like was one of these people. I was like, it's such an easy sell. Like what a coach's dream, right? I don't know anything about it. I'm super excited. Let's get going. Now, I really thought that this was going to be easy because I was disciplined, because I had a couple of months of talking in front of the camera and getting myself comfortable with posting. And I saw my coach hitting super high success club, like you guys, SC30 to SC50. And I'm like, oh, if she could do that, I'm sure I can do it. And my mindset still was not there yet, right? So now I'm 3.5 months into this business, and I had one coach that quit. I signed up my husband. I had one coach that quit. And now I hit Success Club 5, but I hustled for that SC5, and I struggled, and I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. And I compared myself to Jamie. I compared myself to other coaches that were starting around the same time as me, that were seeing a lot of success. And I remember calling Jamie like 4 months in, crying. I didn't want to quit, but I was like, I don't think I'm meant for this. Like, I'm not seeing success. And mind you, because I thought I was going to do so well, I quit my full-time job. And when you're making a 6-figure salary and you can once afford all the things that you needed and wanted, to then like kind of going in blind about this and thinking that I was going to crush it and see real success early on. I had a supportive, fiance at the time and I saved up enough that I was like, all right, I'm going to go all in with this, but I wasn't seeing success. I was like freaking out. And I called Jamie, and, the first thing she said to me was, you're not reading personal development. And in my head, I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not, it's the truth, and she was right. Like, I wasn't consistent with something, but that wasn't the answer that I wanted, right? I wanted to hear, I'm a very black and white person, and life is gray, right? So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? How can I be doing this to hit this and blah, 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 and not staying in my lane, just comparing and being so hard on myself. And it took me a while to get to Diamond. And then once I got to Diamond and I started really investing in the personal development piece and reading all the same books that we all read, right? I was doing all the Girl Wash Your Face, Stop Apologizing, Miracle Morning, whatever. And I started to incorporate a daily practice. Like, I made meditation a thing. I was like 5 days a week, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to do my gratitude journal. And I started really getting a groove. I was like moving and shaking. Now I'm signing people up, and at that time, I really took a look at my business. I cried, I victimized myself, all the things. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. So what can I do to change what I'm doing? My approach isn't working. So I started to send videos. I send videos to everyone. So you will see me with the green face mask on, pimple medicine on, my retainers in my mouth. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. To me, it feels so good to have that face to face, because when people can feel your energy, like, I get told that my energy is infectious all the time because I love and believe in Beachbody. So when people can see that I'm warm and welcoming and smiling and kind and real, it just makes it more real. So that was working, and I'm moving and grooving and signing people up. Now all of a sudden I hit 3-star, and I'm like, holy shit, I am taking it to the top, right? I signed up like 15 discount coaches over the summer, and I was like, I'm going. And what I didn't realize was, in this business, when your business is here and your personal development is here, you crash and burn. And that's what happened. I quickly crashed and burned. I went from 3-star. I got to open up my second business center, which is a game changer. It truly, truly is. But I went from 3-star to diamond, and I lost out of 15 or 12 discount coaches, I lost 8. And I was like, what the fuck? Is this going to be, sorry guys that I curse a lot. I'm so sorry. But I was like, is this going to be my business going forward? You know, and then fear crept back in, and I put so much pressure on myself because I quit my job, because I wanted to show my family and my husband that I could do this, that I have what it takes. Because I truly, even though things weren't working, I truly believed in this and what it was doing for me and helping me learn about myself, come back home to myself, and the lives that it was, you know, the impact that it was making. And going to Summit was a huge game changer. I mean, it really opened my eyes to, holy shit, this is real. So when that happened, it forced me to really dive deep into a personal development journey. And not, you guys, I've read a ton of books and listened to a ton of podcasts. If it doesn't resonate with you, find something that does, right? So I started seeing, I call it the universe talking to me, but it could be targeted ads or whatever. But I kept seeing Gabby Bernstein, this woman, she's a spiritual guru, popping up all over the place, all over my Instagram feed, all over this stuff. And I decided to enroll in her course. I enrolled in Bob Proctor's Principle of Prosperity. He takes a lot of the book Think, Grow, Rich, and he makes it a whole like week-long, you know, I invested a lot of money into my personal development and my personal growth. And I realized that if I really want to make this a successful, sustainable, long-lasting business, I got to do the work here first. And I didn't put the business on hold. I kept doing the things. I made sure I hit Success Club. I made sure I was doing the vital behaviors, but I really put an emphasis on my personal growth and made the investment there. And when I will tell you something, when you guys put some money out, like Principles of Prosperity was a couple of grand. When you're putting that money out, you're invested, right? When you make an investment, you are invested. So I just kept telling myself that, and I dove deep into a spiritual practice, and I started meditating every day, multiple times a day. I found Joe Dispenza. I found more of Gabby Bernstein's work in her Spirit Junkie Master course. I started talking to God. You know, I wake up every morning. Good morning, God. Thank you. I love you. I practice gratitude every single day. And I really made these things a practice. I start looking at myself in the mirror, and I talk to myself, and I hug myself and hold myself. Like, I know this might sound a little woo woo, but this is the stuff that I really needed. Like I had gone through some traumatic stuff in my life. And the only way to level up in your life is you got to make room. You got to get rid of that shit. You got to clear it, and you got to face some stuff head on. Right. So I started to really work on myself. And it was when I started to do that, I also at the same time let go of Jamie's goals. Like I was holding on to my coach's goals. You know, she wanted to be a top 10, and I was like, top 10. Fuck yeah. I got to work so hard. I got to grind. I got to hustle. And then I let that go and realized that like, I'm going to get there. And I remember talking to Pat, and Pat's like, patience. I'm very impatient. I am, especially when you walk away from your full-time job and you're used to making a certain paycheck. I'm impatient. So when I started to, you know, loosen the grip a little bit and understand that my time will come, everyone's journey is different, and to really like find the joy in what I'm doing again, because when I was doing this, I wasn't finding joy. This became like not fun. It became a chore, and that's not going to make this successful. So I started thinking about, again, on this personal development journey, like I didn't really have a weight loss journey. If anything, I had a weight gain journey. So I used to take Adderall for years. I was addicted to Adderall. I had a terrible relationship with alcohol. Like I would undereat. Like I went through a lot of things. And now I share that stuff because that was my journey. And if anything, I've gained weight, and I'm healthy and happy and every day working on myself. But I didn't have this like weight loss journey. So I'm like, how can I differentiate myself or do something that will make me stand out and connect to other people? So my younger sister is like an incredible dancer, and she does this like shuffling dance. You guys can look it up. It's like, I don't know. It's really fun and like crazy dance. And I would watch her, and I was like, holy shit, she's amazing. But I could never do that. I'm not a good dancer. I'm 31 years old. That's for little kids. Like I couldn't do it. And, my sister coaches with me, but the rest of my family isn't super supportive. Like my mom still called this a pyramid scheme. My brother will poke fun at me. But I decided that I'm going to do something different and fuck up and fail and do something embarrassing and put myself out there. because if there's one thing that I've learned throughout this is putting yourself out there. Like, people love to see you do something and fuck up at it, but persevere or conquer, right? And that is a story, and they will be invested. So I started to shuffle. I started to do this dance, and I looked so stupid, and I wrote it. I'm like, I know I look stupid. I know I'm failing, but you know what I've learned? You got to fail forward and fail and fail and fail. And that's how you grow. And that's how you succeed in anything in life. And I correlated my shuffling to my coaching business, right? So I started just putting that out there, and I had so many more authentic people like cheering me on, watching me, supporting me, reaching out to me. And like that really I started to gain like momentum in being myself, because I felt like I, for a while, was being everybody else and trying to I didn't know how to get creative or how to be inspiring, or, I just didn't have my voice. So I started to do this and like have a voice. And also in the beginning, I was super excited about veganism, but then I got scared. I was scared that if I niched down, that I would not be able to reach so many more people. But when you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So I started to niche down, and I started to really, sorry if I'm going all over the place and a million miles an hour. I talk really fast. Are you guys with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. Like, so with Jamie, like having these big Success Club numbers, and you're like, and you come in as a coach and you see other coaches having these huge Success Club numbers, and then you kind of feel discouraged. And then the first thing that Jamie said to you when you went to her feeling discouraged and like in tears, it was like, are you doing personal development? And then ever since then, it seems like you really completely have dove into personal development, like 125%. So is that something that is like a huge part of your team culture, a huge thing you talk about? Is that something that when coaches come to you and they're struggling, the first thing you ask them is like, what kind of personal development are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I think, look, every coach says it, but you got to come to a point in your life where you're ready, where you're like, okay, I really need to commit to this. Because I'll say it to my coaches till I'm blue in the face, but unless you're really like, I needed it. I knew that something wasn't working, and I knew that I had a lot of, I don't say the demons, but like I had a lot of struggles and things that I needed to get past in my life. And the more I was learning, I'm like, all right, these guys, and I would feel really good, right? I think at the end of the day, we are students, but we are teachers. And we have the opportunity as coaches, when using our personal development, to be a student and absorb it and take it in and apply it, because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. And then also, while we're learning, teaching that to others, because there are people that are a couple steps behind us who might be looking to you to teach them, even though you're still learning, right? That's the beautiful thing that I learned about personal development, is like, I am a student and I am a teacher. So I don't need to be afraid to, like, I was afraid that I wasn't an expert. You don't need to be an expert in something, you guys. If you niche down, like, so plant-based living, like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I didn't study for years of nutrition, but I'm passionate about it. And I'm interested in recipes and non-toxic living. So I created a couple of free groups and just kind of led with it, and realized that and I tell them, like, I'm still learning. I'm a student and I'm a teacher. I'm here to teach you guys what's been working for me. May not work for you, but here's what I'm passionate about. And just be like, unapologetically being yourself, right? So yes, to answer your question, mindset is super important, but you got to want that for yourself, right? I was wanting so much from my coaches for a long time too. Like, I knew that they had what it takes, but they got to know it for themselves. They got to come to a place where they really, really want it for themselves in order to make that change.
So how do you help them want it for themselves?
I mean, I share my story, I share where I was, and obviously, I don't have enough time to go super, super deep, but I have some stories and struggles and things that I had been through. I give them little tasks to do. Like, I'll try and incentivize my girls. But I try and get on, if I'm doing a power hour, I'll try and end it with like listing a couple of things we're grateful for, talking about the podcast that you're listening to. Like, I want, on every one day of the week, I'll say, like, send me the podcast or the book that you're reading and tell me one key takeaway that you took from that. So I'll know that they're reading it, or maybe we'll do a book club or a podcast club. I'll post them in my team, into my accountability calls. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Some of them do it, some of them don't. I also have a very young team. Like, at 23, I have girls that are 20, 21, 22, 23. I was not doing this at that age. I was in college, partying, this was not on my radar. I wish this was, but it was not. So I give a lot of these girls some some grace and really understanding that they're young, but it's very cool to watch them grow throughout this journey.
Yeah. And you can see that the ones that are really kind of falling in love with personal development and realizing like that's a big part of who they want to be. It's a big part of their life now. Just that personal growth. Like not everybody, I think everybody wants to grow, but I don't think everyone really like is going to take the action to grow.
100%.
If you're going to be successful in this business, part of the success, part of that, the route to success is falling in love with your own personal growth. If they're not falling in love with that, if your coaches aren't falling in love with that, it might not be the best fit for them. So I think what you said, or what Jamie said to you when you came to her and was like, hey, you were struggling. She asked you if you're doing personal development. I think I ask that all the time. That's usually the first question I ask a lot of times. And most of the time the answer is no.
I don't think you will not, I really believe that you will not be more successful in your business. Your personal development has to surpass your business.
Yeah, it's like it's the ceiling. It's the lid on your business, And if you're here with your personal development, your business is going to keep hitting that lid until you raise your lid by doing your own personal growth. Like you said, investing in different courses or whatever it is that, that speaks to you, that helps you grow and get over, maybe we don't call them demons or insecurities, whatever you want to call them, your self-doubt, that little chatter, that little monkey brain that says, this isn't for you, you're not good enough. Like, who are you to think you can do this? All that bullshit. Finding what speaks to you that helps you get over that crap. That's what's going to raise your lid, and that's what's going to allow you to raise your business, but not until you raise your lid. So 100%. I love that Jamie, that was the first thing she said. And it obviously, it stuck with you because you've dove into this big time. And now you're helping your coaches dive into that too.
Yeah. And I think if the one piece of advice I could really give is like, even if you don't have the money, because I said it too, invest. When you make the investment in yourself, you will start paying attention. When you're paying attention. So find something. Like for me, it was Bob Proctor's. That class, that was very expensive. And I was looking for any sign. I saw 555, 555, 222, 111. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the universe telling me. And I just did it. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my husband. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really, really expensive. It's coming from me, of course, but make the investment in yourself. It's so worth it. You'll learn so much, but even the 3 things in the beginning that you do learn, you're like, holy shit, it rocks your world when you really find something that you connect to. But I really encourage you guys to really find something. And then also like work hard, of course, but you guys give yourself some grace. Like if you really, I believe Beachbody Blue, I believe in this, like this is what I want for the rest of my life, or as I can see it right now. So I'm just giving myself grace and like really staying in my lane. And also something that I like to do when I'm writing, or I guess I didn't share this, but some of the things that I do like to do when I'm writing a post, I am definitely long-winded. I'm working on it. It's hard to make a short caption, but I will, if I'm making a vulnerable post, I always say like us and we. Never like I try not to use I and me or like you. I try and bring people into the conversation. So like us and we, like I'm talking with them, to them. We are experiencing this feeling together. So maybe they didn't go through exactly the same story that I went through, but they felt those emotions and I'm taking them along that journey. So something like that. Or something I've been doing lately is like, when I'm doing my workout videos, I'll write like, you know what the best feeling in the world is? Looking at yourself naked in the mirror and being like, holy shit, you are sexy. Or like your husband can't keep his hands off you. Like I am saying the things that evoking that emotion. Women are going to purchase something. I don't know about men, but women will purchase something and they won't tell their husband. They'll steal those credit cards and go in their wallet based off of an emotion. So if you can throw salt at a wound or say something that evokes this emotion, like I want to feel sexy. And I do feel those things, but I want my husband to not be able to keep his hands off me, right? Like I started saying those things and just being unapologetically myself, right? Like I stopped. I remember in the beginning, I curse a lot and my husband was like, you're going to lose a lot of people. I'm like, well, you know what? Then those aren't my fucking people, but like, I want to be authentic to who I am. Yeah. I want to be authentic to who I am. So sharing those things, saying us and we, throwing salt at a wound. I heard a really great post someone made about how she was a Beachbody coach, but she wasn't your typical looking fitness coach. And she was saying how she took her son to Disney World and they went on the roller coaster, and she tried to sit in only to find out that she couldn't fit on the roller coaster. And she made the vow to herself that she would never again go back to Disney, her son's favorite place in the world, and not be able to ride that roller coaster. Like, gut-wrenching, right? So it's about like evoking emotion, throwing salt at a wound. So like people are like, holy shit, that's me. That's me. She's talking right to me, right? So yeah.
No, I think you nailed it with that. Cause I mean, it's one thing for someone to say, I'd like to lose 10, 15 pounds. It's another for you to connect with something that's emotional, like being able to feel confident when you look at yourself naked in the mirror, or being able to not have to run out of energy or be short of breath trying to run and play with your kids, or not be able to fit on a roller coaster. Like, that's cool that you have a number in mind that you want to hit, but what's the emotional connection to that number? What is that emotional thing that's going to stir in you? That's what's going to get people to make a purchase, because that part of the brain that makes decisions is the part of the brain that's emotional. It's not the part of the brain that's language and figures and numbers. If the emotion is strong enough, the logical side of the brain will figure out the numbers and make it work, but only if you connect to the emotion. So speaking of that, what are some like tips you have for like your coaches for social media, for sharing, is that something that I'm sure there's some tips you had to learn along the way that have helped a lot, but what are some of the tips that you teach your newer coaches and your veterans?
Yeah. So I think, and again, sorry if I'm repeating this, you guys, I apologize if you've heard all these things before, but what I tell my girls is honestly, the most successful coaches are the ones that share from the get-go. Like, I recently connected with this girl who's now my coach, and she has me on a 3-week program, and I've seen how many lives it has changed. And I'm super excited to try it out and share with you guys, and just be authentic and sharing your journey.
Wait, say that again.
So I will tell my coaches to just share from day one that they recently connected with a coach who has been helping change a lot of lives, and you are looking for something different. So they put you with a 21-day program or an 8-week program, and you cannot wait to take you guys along for the journey. And every day, show up, authentically drink your Shaco. I drank my Shaco on stories. I was like, it's okay. I think I got to tweak it a little bit, right? Like, I was honest. And now I'm like, holy shit, I can't get enough of this thing, right? Sharing my reaction to my plant-based bars, or I'll pause the workout sometimes and I'll come in live and I'm a sweaty mess and I'm like, holy shit. You know, I really documented my journey to show, because that builds trust and credibility and authenticity, right? Like, so just putting it out there. I don't scream Beachbody, right? I call it my virtual fit club. I think, Pat, I actually watched one of your many trainings, but like making it like a fun party. Like, you want to come in and drink a beer with me? Like, let's go. We're in, you know, so trying to make it like, I mean, I'm not saying drink a beer, but like mindset, and we're going to shuffle and whatever we're going to do, but try making it fun, and people can feel your energy. If you're excited about it, if you are proud, right? I feel like a lot of people are ashamed or like nervous about Beachbody, or what are people going to think? And all those people end up joining you. I've had girls tell me to fuck off basically and block me, and they've come back and they join me. So I think it's just about like, really, if you are excited about it, if it's something that's new, if you can't wait to take people on this journey, share your vision, like share where you are today, where you were, where you are right now, where you want to go, and take people along that ride. Share your vision with them, and they are going to be invested in you and trust you and excited for you. And also, we have so many silent followers, you guys. I have 2 guys that I've never met before. They're my husband's concert friends. They came over to me, told me that they love what I'm doing with my page. I had no idea that they're following me. They never watch my stories. They recited 2 posts about my addiction to Adderall and whatever, and ended up joining me. And I had no idea that they were watching me. So you have silent followers. You are making an impact in people's lives, whether you think so or not. They are watching you, right? And those 2 guys, I was crying and I was like, oh my, like, I'm affecting your life. Like, they ended up wanting to try. It was just such a proud moment, and made me realize, like, you have an audience, whether you think so or not. Whether you have 20 followers or 14,000 followers on your Instagram, doesn't much matter. People are watching you. And you can have 14,000 followers. That's what I have. And I have coaches that are hitting higher success club than I am with way less. Don't matter. Does not matter. So that was a limiting belief as well for a lot of people. That's what I tell my coaches. It does not matter if you don't have a following. I also talk to everybody about it in person. The girl that colors my hair, the stylist, the assistant, talk to her. The girl behind the juice press bar, the girl behind the Starbucks car, Uber drivers. I have little cards that I made on Vistaprint. I hand them out. Looking for something? You want to change your life? You want to change others? Here you go. Like, I'm always talking about, I'm proud. I'm fucking proud. And I think that's really what shifted. I went from like, oh, what are people going to think? Or, ooh, I'm so scared. They're going to judge me. Fuck them, right? Like, be proud. If it's really done something for you and you believe in it, believe in it. If you went to an amazing restaurant, wouldn't you come home and be like, oh, or tell your friends or whoever, you have to go to this restaurant. I had the best chicken parm or whatever. I had the best. It was amazing. I saw this incredible movie. You have to watch it. That's how I fit it in, right? Like, it's that amazing to me. I love it that much. I've changed so many lives in the process. You have to have this gift, right? So it's really mindset. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
So also I wanted to add, and then I feel bad as I've been going long, but a couple of things that I do on Instagram, this could be helpful or not. And again, if you've seen this already, I apologize. But so what I'll do is I will go to an account that I like. So for me, like Spiritual Gangster, it's like an activewear, but I like the spirituality and whatever. So I'll go to that account and I'll do the 5-3-1 method. I'll follow, like 5 pictures, comment on 3. I usually ask a question. So they will then answer me. Then I could slide into their DMs, thanking them for answering me. But if I see a girl that I like, I will, can you guys see? I don't know who she is, but I'll click this like bookmark page. I'll click that little, you see that little arrow?
Yeah.
So I click that and it'll say save to collection. Now I have like a bucket. I have all these different buckets of coaches. So I have December coaches, November coaches, October coaches, and I will go into these buckets of, sorry guys, damn, hold on. Am I going too fast? Did you get that?
No, yeah, you click on that little bookmark on the right, and then you can.
It goes into a bookmark. It goes into like a, hold on, save to collection. Now I'll put them in my December coaches.
Okay.
So you go to your homepage, you go to saved. Now I go into that bucket of people. These are all coaches, potential people that I've saved, right? I go into that bucket every day and I flirt like a motherfucker. I am all over their stories. I'm all over their comments. I'm all over everything. I'm sending them videos. Girl, ooh, love what you're doing. You inspire me today. I reach out to people. I'm like, I just want to let you know you are so fucking special and you're really inspiring. I just want to let you know. If you're getting a video from a pretty, nice, warm girl saying that you are so special and I just want to let you know that you really inspired me today, how could you not respond to that, right? If I got that, I'd be like, oh my God, that's.
You do an actual video?
I do. I send videos to everybody. I hate texting. And honestly, I have carpal tunnel here. I have golfer's elbow here. I'm like a hot mess right now. So videos, I love it. And it just makes me real. And I get so many people that are like, that was so nice. I've never gotten a personalized message like that before. Thank you so much. Right? I buy samples of everything. I buy samples of the bars, of the pre-workout, and I send handwritten letters to people that I really believe in. You know, I believe that the return on investment will work. I invest the money that I make in this. It's a startup. I'm investing back into the business, right? So I save people. I'll flirt with them for 3 weeks, for a month. They'll get an invite before that. And especially if I want you, I am ruthless. Like if I go after what I want, if I want you. So you'll definitely get an invite. I'll definitely be all over you. And that's probably like the recruiter in me. I don't know if that works for everybody. It probably scares some people off, but that's my tactic. And something that I do that's probably not kosher. So if you do it and we get in trouble, you didn't hear it from me. But out of that bucket of people, I'll reach out to about 7 people and I'll say, hey, Kelly, what's up, babe? I know that right now is not the right time or you don't have the finances, but I really think that you'd love this. I'd love to give you access to my account for 5 days. Log into my Beachbody account. I'll tell you which programs I think you would really love. If you want to get the full experience, here's a link to the sample pack of my pre-workout, my plant-based pre-workout. All of my clients are on it. Here's a sample pack of Shaco. I'll invite you into my community and you can get a full feel for what it's like and then let me know. I've signed up. I've done that the last 2 months and I've signed up 5 people that way. Again, you know, you're giving your password out. I don't know if that's kosher, so don't tell on me, please. But that's been what's you know, what's working, because I feel like the hardest thing is like getting people to, once they try it, they're like, holy shit, this is hard, right? Once you have Amwala and Joel in your ear, you know, like they're really intense workouts. So that's what's been working for me. I try and host a sneak peek once a month. I'm trying to do better at that. I also like, I've recorded 2 videos of myself. So like what we do as coaches. And then like I've taken, I forget, I think like Tanya Barron had like what everything about a Beachbody coach, the compensation plan. So that people are interested, I'll send them those quick videos. And then if they watch it, I know that they're that they're, you know, interested. So then we'll have another conversation. How come you don't just do it's hard for me to get people to sign up. They're weary of like after the 14 days that they're going to get charged. Like, I'm not going to remember. I'm like, I'll put a reminder on my phone. I've tried. I just haven't seen much success that way. And I feel like by giving them my account, they really trust me. They're like, oh wow, this girl is like, that's really nice, you know?
Yeah.
So
I've done that a couple times, like where we've talked back and forth and they were like so close to doing the challenge pack. Actually, one of my coaches, Nikki's on here. I think I did that with her. I was like, hey, like I think we had to talk back and forth. And one day I was like, finally like, hey, just try this one workout. I'll give you my login. And now she's on this team call as a coach.
totally. Yeah. I mean, it works. I've signed up 6 people. They're not all jumping, you know, running coaches just yet, but it definitely works. And I feel like
I don't do that with like many people. It's just once in a while, if you have like, you know, a feeling about somebody and there's just one little hurdle to get over, it's like, hey, just do this workout for like a day so you have an idea of what this is. I think you crush this business. And that's, you know, and then you can change your password after if you want.
I'm also doing this full time. I'm talking to a lot of people all day, right? I know a lot of people have other jobs. So when I'm doing this full time, like the 7 might be the one that, you know, I have people that I've been talking to for like a long time that I'm like, I know they can fucking do this. Like they need to see this. So again, I'm not suggesting that, you know, if you don't want to do that, I totally get it. I would say sign them up for the 2-week free trial if you can. But a lot of people, again, and a lot of my demographic right now is young girls, a lot of college girls that don't think they have the money to do it, right? So I show them that. I'll also send them some packs of Shaco. Like I'll send that to them because I believe in them and whatever. But that's kind of what I've been doing right now. That's been working for me. Sorry, that was really long.
No, that was great. We have a little bit of time. Did you have, I know you and my sister Andrea were talking about like things you want to chat about. Was there anything else that you like topic or something you wanted to share that you didn't have a chance to?
I feel like I covered a lot of it. I mean, I think like the mindset thing is huge. And it's honestly, it's a daily, it's practice for a reason. Like I know I can feel it when I've fallen off of my personal development or like, I mean, I meditate every day and gratitude journal every day, but if I'm not like connected to something, I feel that I'm a little more feisty. I'll curse even a little bit more. Like I like judge a little bit and I don't want to do that. So I know that if those things start happening, like what I love about Beachbody and just, first of all, I owe so much of my life to Beachbody. I would have never done any of this work if like personal growth, if it wasn't for coaching, but now I have the tools. So I know that when I'm feeling a little negative or I'm in a negative headspace or like my body dysmorphia comes back a little bit, like I'm judging my body. Like I know that I have the tools to work on to forgive myself and how to change that mindset, because really you guys, this business is it's all mindset and people can feel your energy. If you're in a negative headspace or like if you hate the workout that you're doing, I have a lot of coaches that they did MM100 and they hated it and they kept doing it. I'm like, switch. It doesn't matter if you quit halfway. If you don't like it, people can feel that. If you're not excited about a program, why the fuck would you keep doing it? Right? If you're not happy about it, don't be authentic and be honest and say, you know what? I'm so grateful that we have 1,300 different workouts because this one wasn't working for me. This ain't my language. So I'm going to switch to something else.
And you said people feel your energy. So if you're not really loving the workouts you're doing or the book you're reading or whatever it is, people can feel that. You don't like it. You don't resonate with it. You're not going to have as much to share from it. So switch it up. Like try a new book, try a new workout program, try a new trainer. Find something. It's like anything else. You got to fall in love with your journey. Reinvent yourself.
Totally. And I think also with the personal development, what I like to do is I like to go live. So I'll take a key takeaway and I will go live and share it. I just read an amazing book. I just listened to an amazing podcast and I really want to share this with you guys. Because again, I'm sorry.
No, that's a great tip.
Yeah, I'm being the student. I'm learning, I'm absorbing, but then I'm being the teacher because I am a few steps ahead of people that aren't doing this work yet. So they're going to come to me to look to me. I actually had 3 people. I did this like Joe Dispenza weekend long thing. And everything I was learning, I just kept like spitting it out on my stories. And I had 5 girls being like, oh my God, is there somewhere that you save this? I want to save this in one of my folders about mindset. I was like, oh my God, like you want to save my like information that I'm giving you and that what I'm just learning, like you guys, we really are like, just own it. You are an expert. You really are. You're so many further steps ahead that someone else is not, and they're looking to you. So just like own it and learn and make mistakes, but just realize that like beyond being a coach and working on ourselves physically wise, there's so much more to this that you can just kind of be an expert in and play around with it and own that. Really.
Love that. What do you say to your coaches that have that similar like impatience with it? Because like any job, you show up on day one, like they're going to give you a salary and you're going to make money, they pay you right away. But with this, it's something where you invest your time up front and then it pays big dividends, for years and years to come. But people are in that employee mindset where they want it now. So how do you talk to your new coaches? How do you talk to yourself about that whole consistency and patience?
I mean, I definitely say to them like straight up, like this is not a get rich quick overnight. It takes trust and time and credibility. And I think that what I love about this business is that you are going to become a mentor, a business owner, a leader, and develop those skills first. And then the money's going to come, right? But you need to actually learn that you are a leader. And once you start to develop a team and you have people that you can mentor, like that's the first part of this, right? I use like Emerald is like a momentum driver. I'm trying to get them to Diamond as a momentum driver. I try and like really excite them about success starters and make really celebrate every step of the way. So if you made $4 today, holy shit, you made $4 for taking care of yourself. You were able to fill up your gas tank. If you were able to sign up a parent, like I celebrate, we together collectively celebrate everything because it takes time. You got to celebrate the small wins. You have to celebrate the small wins and be grateful for it because if you don't, then that's where I was. I was like, this doesn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything when I hit Diamond. It didn't mean anything because I didn't know what it actually meant. That it meant that I was a leader, that I was now a mentor. I'm developing skills that I never knew that I even had. Like I had people that were looking to me for guidance and inspiration. Like, holy shit. But at the time I didn't know that. So I try and explain that to my girls. And just celebrate every victory.
Yeah. And I think you learned how to be a leader to yourself. I think that's the first thing is learning how to lead yourself. And I think most people have no idea how to lead themselves. They just kind of go through the motions of life. But when you plug into something like this, you have the steps in place. You just got to lead yourself to actually press play and read the 10 pages a day or whatever it is. And once you get that down,
you don't have anyone over your shoulder telling you what to do. You don't have anyone micromanaging you. You got to do it for yourself. And that was something that like, again, I was like a black and white person. So my boss be like, where are you with this? Where are you with this? We have to hit this. And then when I like quit, I was like, oh my God, I have to do this by myself. How do I do this? So that took some time too, to like navigate, like how to be your own business
boss. Yeah.
Yeah. Your own boss.
Yeah. I think sometimes people get a little like scared of, how am I supposed to be a leader? How am I supposed to inspire people? But I think the thing that's inspiring to others is your consistency. And I think that's an easy thing to do. I mean, it's easier not to do, but it's an easy thing to stay consistent with this stuff and show up every day. That's inspiring. You don't have to be this like superhero, inspirational guru. You just have to show up and do your shit long enough to inspire people to finally take action. And for some people, they're going to have to watch you for 6 months or a year or 2 years before they are finally going to be inspired enough to take that first step. But it's inevitable that people slowly but surely kind of start joining you. And the people that judge you the most are also the ones that judge themselves the most. So when they judge you, just know that when you don't react to that and then you keep showing up and keep doing your thing, they're still judging, but they're just kind of judging themselves now. And they're watching you and they're like, dang, like, how come she didn't stop when I gave her shit about that? Like, how is she not judging herself? How is she still going? I want to be like that. I'm sick and tired of judging myself all the time. How can I get to the point where she's able to just let stuff roll off her back? And then 6 months later, those people that were giving you shit, they're the ones that are knocking on your door saying, hey, I want to start this. I need this now. So.
I totally have a girl that I used to work with, and she watches my stories every single day. She bought Shaco like 2 years ago, really early on. But I reached out to her recently, and she was like telling me that she supports me, whatever. And she's like, just want to give you some, like, a little feedback. Sometimes it comes across as a little salesy and it rubs me the wrong way. And I was like, thank you so much. I so appreciate that. I was like, I truthfully don't believe this is salesy at all. I believe it's a gift and I'm changing lives. But Instagram is supposed to be a place of positivity and support. And if I'm rubbing you the wrong way, please unfollow me. I want you to only feel support and love. She unfollowed me and she's still watching my stories. So she'll join me at some point, I feel, you know? And I think also, you guys, if you can realize that, and maybe you all do this already, but if you can realize that, like, being super raw and sharing a struggle and insecurity is positive for your business. Like, when I remove the emotional attachment with, oh my God, what are people going to think? Like, I'm talking about my body dysmorphia. I'm talking about the fact that I never thought I never felt like I had friends, or my addiction to Adderall, like whatever. I started sharing this stuff, and that's really personal. My parents' divorce, my husband and I breaking up and moving, I shared a lot of personal things to me. But when I took the emotional attachment out of it and didn't care about what people think, about what others would think, I had so many people reaching out to me, supporting me. Or I'm scared to have kids. Like, I talked about all these things. I had so many women reach out to me saying, thank you so much for talking about this. Thank you so much for putting that out there. It makes you so much more human and authentic and real. And that you're not someone that just works out every day and you're super motivated and you're going to crush it. Like, share the shit that is a little scary, because you're going to be inspiring people. You're going to be supporting people, and it's really good for your business.
Yeah. And you're going to meet people where they're at.
Totally.
And then you have you have a common ground that they can trust you now. And then they're willing to listen to, like, how you're starting to kind of overcome that fear or doubt or whatever that situation is.
Totally.
That's awesome. Cool. I don't know if anyone else has any questions. You can just raise your hand if you do. If not,
this was helpful, guys.
Yeah, this was awesome. You hit mindset, you hit sharing your story on social media, you hit how to connect with others and start conversations. You talked about inviting. I think we kind of hit it all. We talked about patience.
That's the tough one.
That's something that you and I always talk about too, like when we were at the leadership, it's something, we talk about patience. And I think sometimes the thing that helped me when I was starting out with patience was I knew that I just needed to find those 5 really good coaches that just saw the financial freedom in this and saw the opportunity to grow and saw this, how big the potential was in this. I knew I only needed to find 5 people like that. So I didn't beat myself up if I had a slow month or a slow couple months. I was like, it doesn't matter. I don't need 1 million people. I don't need to sell 1 million things every month. I just need to find my 5 lifers that get it. And honestly, it's 2. You need 2 people like that. And that always helped me stay super, super patient, was because I just knew I was going to find those 2. It was inevitable. #inevitable, which is what we always talked about at leadership. But this was badass. I'm gonna let you guys unmute yourself. We'll do a little boom on 3, team boom on 3. Danielle, what's your Instagram if people want to follow you over there?
Feeling Well with Danielle. Please say hello.
Nice. And one book or podcast or one author, one person, if you had to say was your favorite.
Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back, just opened my mind to spirituality. And then Joe Dispenza all day, every day. I love Joe Dispenza, but his is more like meditations and whatnot. But yeah, best book ever. And then Super Attractor is her next book. But she just opened my mind to, like, a higher power. Call it whatever you want, universe, God, higher power. It's just, you can have it. You feel so much more. You feel easier knowing that, like, you're taken care of. Like, there is someone out there that is of your highest good that's going to show you the way. And it feels good to rely on that. You don't have to fully rely on yourself. You don't have to leave that all to you, right? You can rely on a higher power too. Yeah,
that's awesome. Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back, and Joe Dispenza, Meditations, Joey Dispenza. He's got, Dr. Joe Dispenza's got a bunch of chats and talks on YouTube from the podcasts he's done on other people's podcasts and stuff. So great one to check out. All right, cool. I'm going to unmute everybody here. We're going to do a big boom on 3. All right. All right. Let me clear. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Love it. That was awesome, Danielle and Danielle.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye, Danielle.